of just hot sauces as well. That was destroyed. Oh my God. I'm so glad I had an omelet craving. That was really fun and really fucking delicious. I'm going to be making that again tomorrow. Let's put that in a mason jar so we can eat it later. Oh, speaking of these mason jars, did you guys know on Robert's first stream, he was drinking rum out of one of my mason jars? He was drinking it. I was like, Robert, are you drinking rum out of a mason jar? And then he was. He's like, oh yeah, I am. And then he's like, actually, I think this is Kathy's mason jar. And I was like, yeah, that looks like my mason. Like, I always send people home with leftovers and stuff. Before we were feeding the shelter, now we have lots of to-go containers. But it used to be I would always send people home with like mason jars of food, because the good thing is they can use it for whatever at home. And then if they want to return it someday to me, that's fine. And if they don't, that's fine too, because it's a mason jar. They're like $1 a pop. It's not a big deal. So I have tons of mason jars. So like I give them out to friends all the time. All the time. Constantly rotating stock of mason jars. And I have 4 sizes. 8, the 1 cup, or 8 ounces, 16 ounces, 32 ounces, 64 ounces, and then they're not mason jars, but I have gallon size ones too. Zero carbs, perfect. I've used it before, says Arma Hacks. I literally would use 2 to 3 drops on a 10-quart gumbo. Holy crap. Holy crap, that's insane. Is that what they put on that 1-chip challenge? I bet the 1-chip challenge has like 1 drop of that on it. Ugh, scary. I used to munch on Carolina Reapers a lot. I could barely feel it, but I had one after a 10-day fast, and I felt it pass through every organ. One of the worst experiences of my life. Yeah, I have a lot more sensitive tummy than I used to, so I have to be careful when I eat super spicy things. I love spicy, but I don't want to kill myself. It's nice when you want to add heat and only that to a large batch. Adding the equivalent amount of hot sauce would change the proportions and the flavors. That's a really good point. The way I usually do it, if I want to add spice to something but not necessarily add too much flavor, I always go the cayenne pepper route. And maybe it's just me, but I don't feel like cayenne pepper has a lot of flavor to it. Like powdered cayenne pepper doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, but it adds the spice. But you're right, if you're making like a big ass portion, think of how much cayenne you would have to add. And at that point, you're definitely messing with the texture, because that's a lot of powder added. So you're right. That makes a lot of sense. I only use the wing basket at the diner. The basket is called Demon Wings. I use it on the wing basket at the diner, and the basket is called